Hey, good morning, everybody. It's me, Aaron Rivas, your real estate professional and friend. I just wanted to get on here and make a video regarding some calls that I've gotten, a lot of calls that I've gotten over the last 4 to 6 months. And the calls that I've been getting are from friends, family, or people that just, are being referred to me because they're receiving these are renters that are receiving 30 to 90-day notices to vacate. And the reason why I wanted to make a video is because I'm hearing about it more, and I've personally gotten these calls because there's people that are getting these notices, and they're looking for two things. They're either saying, hey, I've looked at the rental market, and it's crazy because they might have been in a home for a long period of time where there might be some significant savings as to the fair market value or rental value of that particular property. And so when they go look at another place that's similar to what they're in or looking to get into, they're realizing the rents are just close to buying a house. And so they're giving me a call saying, hey, what are the steps, what I need to do to make this happen, and how quickly can we do it, because I've been given a 30 or 90-day notice to vacate from my home. And I thought it was interesting because one, there's some signs of what we are seeing or what's being talked about, which is a big transfer of generational wealth that is started, obviously by these signs, and it's just going to continue. The baby boomers are ages 55 through 75. That's a big group of people that are in the United States that are starting to, at the 55 level, starting to retire. Either moving into smaller homes, selling their investment properties, selling their primary home because maybe it's too big, and moving somewhere where they can retire, something smaller, something a little bit more maintainable as they enter into their golden years. And the baby boomers on the higher end of the spectrum, 75, you're starting to see a lot more needs, attention with regards to medical attentions as we get older. We need to take care of our body, and that's going to take an effect and toll on our finances. And also too, as we get older, we're going to pass on. And so from, you think about that, the baby boomers 55 to 75 years old, which is happening now. They're entering into retirement all the way through 75. We're starting to see some that are passing away, and they have to, their property, their assets are being transferred to their children, they're being gifted to people, or they're getting donated to charitable foundations, which is awesome. So there's a big transfer of wealth that's starting to happen, and it was very in my face over these last 6 months, I would say, because of the phone calls that I'm getting of people that are getting the 30 to 90-day notices to vacate, because the family, the owners, or the people that are in charge of the trust have decided they're going to sell the house. And so it's only going to continue to happen. And so specifically right now, the people, those of you that are listening to this that are renting a home, how long have you been in that place? Who are your landlords? Are they? Have you known them for a long time? Are they older? Are they getting close to retirement? So you can see what's going to be happening that's starting to happen now, and it looks like it's going to be going on over the next 20 years, and that's a long time. And so I wanted to make sure that I put the word out to those of you who are specifically renting. If that were to happen to you today, or the next time you pay your rent and the landlord's there to pick up the rent, will you be served with a 30 to 90-day notice? The reason why I want to really put that out there is because I want to make sure that you are thinking about these things so that you're prepared. When you have to vacate a property in 30 to 90 days out of nowhere, you don't realize how many things that we've accumulated over the years. How does our credit score look if we're going to get in front of a lender to buy a house, or if we're going to go into buying or renting another place, and we're totally fine with that. How do our credit scores look? Because we all have the capability now with technology to look at your credit report, and most people who are renting a house today want to see that credit report for not just you but every other adult that's going to be staying in the house. um, Also, what kind of savings do we have in the bank? Are we putting away to make a move? Are we putting away to make a purchase? Whether it's you're planning on doing it one day, and you're going to do it, are you doing it though? Are you saving so that when you do decide, hey, it's time to make the move, what does that account look like? If you had a 401k and other type of retirement funds where buying a house is a qualifying event to pull from that account, and that's going to be easier for you to put money into, I would say do it. Do it now, do something. But definitely, if you can contribute more, because it's easier to do it that way than receive your actual paycheck in your bank account and then have to pull money from that to put it into a savings, and then do it when you get your 401k. Increase your contribution so that you can make that happen and make it significant. You don't see it, when it's in your paycheck and gets transferred to your bank account with direct deposit. Then hey, it's a great way to start. One of the other things that I want you to do, or I would advise you to do, is to pay your credit cards, all your credit lines, on the date of the statement date, the day that you receive your statement. Pay that bill that day, as opposed to paying it on the bill due date. And the reason being, let's, for example, you get your statement date the last week of the month, and it's, for example, your payment is due by October 1st, which is right around the corner. The reporting after that statement goes out for that credit line is sent out to the credit companies, and for that month, all your standings is reported. So when you pay that line of credit on the statement date, by the time the month is wrapped up and reported to the credit bureaus, you don't have a bill due because you've already paid it for October. And so it's going to significantly increase your credit score. And that's a great thing. That's a great way to do it, because all you're doing is you're paying the same bill for the same amount of money. You're just paying it earlier. And so you make that adjustment. And if you always pay it on that new date, it's gonna just be like its regular due date. But now it's gonna help increase your credit scores. Another thing too is if you got lines of credit, credit cards, you want to keep that credit balance to about 45% or below the amount that the credit company extends to you to use as a line of credit. For example, if you've got a $10,000 credit card, you do not want to charge more than $4,500 on that credit card. So if you are past that 45% threshold, what you want to do is get it down to 45% or less, paying your credit line on the statement date, and keeping it below 45% of what the creditors allow you to spend or put on charge is going to really do significant wonders for your credit score. They like to look at how you manage the amount of money that you are lent. And so if you never use more than 45% of what they loan you, then they're going to hold you in high regard with regards to your credit scores. Hey, it's happening now, and you're going to hear more and more about it as these baby boomers move on and they transfer their trusts, or they pass away. They've got living expenses, taxes, maybe medical expenses that they left behind. And many of the baby boomers, from what I've heard, are very asset rich and cash poor, meaning not a lot of money in the bank, but they maybe have a home or two or other investments that are paid off. And so when you have taxes that you leave behind, medical expenses that you've left behind, the estate has to tally up. And so if there's no money in the bank, the people that are in charge of or receive the property as an inheritance or whatnot are basically forced to liquidate so that they can pay for your taxes or for the taxes that were left behind or the medical expenses or whatever it is. And or sometimes they just, everything's taken care of. Mom and dad did a great job there. But now the family is saying, we don't want to rent this house if it was rental in the past or it was their principal residence. The family doesn't want to deal with it. They might live in another state, or the commute might be not what they need it to be so that they can get to you. So what do? They say, hey, we're going to put the house up for sale. We need to notify those people that are renting that home. So that I just want to make this video so that it could be informative, give you a few tips so that you can prepare for such a situation, save, improve your credit score, and also too, why wait for such a situation? Interest rates are really good today, and it's a great opportunity to get into a home and make your move and do it ahead of time, do it on your schedule, and grow from there. Real estate market, historically, you look at the prices. Yeah, you've heard the stories. Ask your parents or somebody that that's owned a home for 20 plus years and ask them what they bought their house for. Prices are just going to go up, and it's a great investment, great place to put your money as opposed to paying rent every month and looking back over the 12 months from the previous year and calculating how much money you paid into rent, paying somebody else's mortgage. If you have any questions for me, I'm always open to any questions that might with regards to real estate and getting you some answers so that you can be well informed. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. You can always look me up, Aaron Rivas, real estate professional in the city of Covina. I'm a full-time realtor, and if I can get to it within an hour, I'm there. Anyways, thank you for your time. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.